Hi everybody, Craig Shacklett here from URComped. I've got a very, very special guest by popular demand, Patrick Jacjquot. I think I said that right, my French accent. I've been working on it. Head of the Celebrity Blue Chip Club loyalty program. Patrick, thank you so much for being here. Hey
Craig, that's my pleasure. And actually you pronounced the name absolutely perfectly correct. So I'm super happy to be with you guys, and fire away, Craig.
All right, well, before we get in it, because we got a lot of questions that came from the URComp family and our Facebook group, but why don't we start with a little background on you, how long you've been with Celebrity, and yeah, just give us the kind of the rundown.
Absolutely, I'll give you the 411 on this. So with Celebrity for the past 4 years, been in the gaming industry for the past 20 some odd years. That's why I got a lot of gray hair. But yeah, land-based casino for 20 plus years, pretty much international, from Canada to US to Europe. And this has been my gig for, that's all I know what to do. So yeah, so this is the story.
And what was it like making the jump from land-based casino to cruise line?
Unaware of what a cruise line was, my boss, Mr. Evan Lukash, came in, grabbed me, and I moved on. So I thought I knew everything in gaming after 20 years, but land-based, I'd see totally different. So I'm learning a lot, and yeah, but it's a easy transition.
Nice. Well, I mean, you have done such an amazing job with the program, and we've, URComped and our partnership with Celebrity has just grown exponentially over the last couple of years. So as that's grown, so has interest in learning more about your program. So again, I really appreciate you carving out some time to talk to me and share some information with the URComp family. So why don't we start with the basics? How do Celebrity tier points work? How do you earn points on a Celebrity cruise ship?
That's a great question, Craig. So like, how do you learn a point? So every time that you use your CPass on board and you put $1 in, you actually earning points. So basically earn a tier point. So we have two types of points, tier points and redeemable points, which I'm pretty sure that's going to be a topic that's going to be covered a little bit later on. But for tier points, if you cycle $1 on slot, you'll earn 1 tier point. $2 on video poker, you'll earn 1 tier points. And if you cycle $1 theoretical dollar on tables, you will earn 8 tier points.
Got it. Okay, so and that is a tier point, which is separate from a redeemable point.
Correct. So if we are going with redeemable points, sorry for my accent, but essentially for slots, you will earn, for every $5 that you cycle through, you'll earn 1 point. For every $10 that you cycle through in video poker, you will also earn 1 point.
And then with, so you earn tier points, which over the course of a year, you then can move up the Celebrity tier program, and we'll get to that in a second. And then the redeemable points are a separate bucket, which you can apply towards what?
So the redeemable points, you could apply it for free play only. So you're able to redeem those points for free play credits.
And does that redeemable bucket, does it carry over from cruise to cruise, or is that something where you would redeem it before you leave the cruise that you earned it on?
That's a great question, Greg. So you need to redeem them on the cruise that you are on the voyage, because they will not carry over.
Okay, that is great to know. Thank you for highlighting that. So tier points carry over the course of a year. And then what is the earning period for tier points?
Correct. So at tier points, actually we have the longest loyalty period at sea for any brand. So our loyalty period is 18 months. So most loyalty, even if you take a look at land-based casino, it's usually a year. All our competition is 1 year. But at a Celebrity, because we know it takes a little bit more to get out the house and get on a ship and all that. You're probably not going to do this every weekend, so we extended it actually to 18 months. Our guests are able to actually make it easier for them to earn their tier points.
Wonderful. Okay, so redeemable points, we went over the earning criteria for that. Tier points, went over the earning criteria for that. Redeemable points are to be used on the cruise that you earn them on. So before you leave, how do players go about cashing out their tier points, or excuse me, their redeemable points in the free play?
Absolutely. So you could actually redeem your points at the Speed Media. So as probably all you guests know, the Speed Media, it's a little screen that's on the slots. So they could tap their card and they could redeem their points straight from the machine, or they could go to the cash desk and ask to redeem their points.
Perfect. Okay, so that's great. And then let's talk about the tier benefits. Okay, so maybe start. How many tiers are there?
You have tons of great questions. So 6 tiers for the Blue Chip Club. We added a tier last year based on the customer feedback that we received. So I'm often on the ship and conduct like different dinners and things like that. And from what the players were telling us, it was very difficult to achieve the top tier level. So we added a tier level. But to answer your question, first tier, as soon as you cycle $1, you are Pearl tier level. At 2,500 points, you'll earn the Onyx tier level. Amethyst at 25,000 points. Sapphire at 100,000 points. Sapphire Plus at 500,000 points. And lastly, our top tier is Ruby.
Got it. Okay, and we will have a graphic that we will show with this, but that's super helpful. And then maybe let's go through what are some of the different tiers, some of the highlights. Maybe first question I know we got from the Facebook group was, are there any tiers that include free cruises?
Okay, so great question again. So all tiers actually receive free cruises, and it all depends on your rated play on board. So we had annual cruises. We still have them, but based on some change that we made in the past 2 years, we are able to actually offer free cruises pretty much every week, every month towards the year. But I think what you're probably referring to is like tier level sailings. So that we offer tier level sailings every quarter. So once you reach Amethyst, Sapphire, Sapphire Plus, and Ruby, you are receiving exclusive sailing for those different tiers. And we even have twice a year Onyx tier selling. So those are specifically for those tier level, and it's very, very exciting because most of the time we invite one of our partners on board, whether it's a liquor company or different partners, and it's those events are actually carved only for those guests that are coming on board for that tier event. But to highlight a couple of things, so we are the only brand at sea that offer guaranteed free play each and every time that you sell with us. So if within a month you sell 4 times with us and you have achieved Amethyst, Sapphire, Sapphire Plus, or Ruby, you will get your guaranteed free play. So for Amethyst, it's $100 every time you sell with us. For Sapphire, it's $500. Sapphire Plus, $1,000. And for Ruby, $2,500 in guaranteed free play.
Wow, that is quite a perk. Now remind us again, how many points, how many tier points, redeemable points, again, we covered that earlier, do not carry over. Tier points are what matters when it comes to earning these different statuses. Amethyst is where the free play every trip is guaranteed. And how many tier points over the course of 18 months do they need?
You need to cycle only 25 25,000 points in 18 months to reach that amethyst level.
25,000 points. Got it.
Yeah.
And that was $1 per point on slots?
Correct.
That is achievable. I know a lot of people in the URComp family have fallen in love with Celebrity, especially since you were the first brand to really launch in the States, and a lot of people were introduced to Celebrity, at least from URComped. I guess late May? Was it late May or was it late June? I'm already, time, over these last 2 years, time is just blurred. I have no concept of time anymore. But I know you guys were first in the water, and everyone we sent loved it. So I bet we've got quite a few members that are well on their way to earning Amethyst, Amethyst Plus, and the rest. Okay, let's move on to upgrade questions. So can casino comped cruisers, people that book through URComped on a comp cruise, are they able to participate in Move Up?
That's another great question. It is something that the entire team is actually working actively into the Move Up program. So right at this moment, it is not available. But I suggest that any of you members, once they call in, a simple talk with our folks at the call center, or you, depending on how it is booked, we are able to move up one of your members. But this time it's not possible. It's not possible, but we are definitely working on that to make it possible for all our casino guests.
All right. Can Sapphire, and some of these questions may be pretty specific because they're coming from the URComp members. Can Sapphire players use their free classic beverage package reward to upgrade to a premium package if they have always included?
That's a great question, but unfortunately, no, because it comes from two different areas. So no, they are not able to use the benefit to add the upgrade from the classic to the premium package. But I got great news that's coming, but I will reserve that update for at the end of our call. So I think everyone will be very happy with that news.
Ooh, all right. I'm excited.
All right.
Okay, well, call's over. Let's get it. No, I'm just kidding. We have more questions. Always included. I know that's been a perk that a lot of casino players have just really enjoyed. And is that, maybe you could talk about it. Do all Celebrity casino reservations have it? Some do, some don't. What do players have to do to get it? Maybe you can just talk about always included.
Yeah, so always included was actually, what the brand introduced, a new marketing from the actual brand itself, always included, Elevate package, Indulge package. So you come on board, everything is available for you, from the internet, from the beverage package, tips, and the other packages like Elevate and Indulge include onboard credit. But to answer your question, some of the casino offers do include it and some don't. So that's why it's very, very, very important to ask the question to the call center. Sometimes it all depends. The offers that we receive from revenue management, I'm not going to go in details on that because that's pretty boring finance and revenue stuff. So I'm not going to go through it. But depending on the promotional shells that we receive, then we're able to include always included or not. So it's really all depends. I'm sorry I don't have a direct answer to this, but yes, it all depends. Need to ask the question, and we have the option once I guess I received this offer X, but I would like to have the always included. So there's a possibility of changing that shells at the as a small cost, but it is available if the specific offer does not contain the always included.
All right, thank you. So it depends, right?
It depends. I hate to answer it this way, but it is available absolutely 110%. But it ask the call center or use the team at URComp to see if it will be available. Sometimes it's sometimes included in it, sometimes it's not, which you just need to ask the question, and we can make it available, sometime with a fee, sometime with not.
Got it. All right. Hey, this is hard-hitting journalism right here. We're not just asking softball questions. This is
No, like, yes, I'm bruised.
okay. So we talked earlier about tier credits.
Yeah.
Is there a way that people can check? Let's say they're in between cruises, they can't remember what their tier status is, how many points they've earned. Are there any ways, or how would you recommend they find out what their tier status is?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So at the moment, we're working on a platform, just like Royal has, our big sister, working on a platform where guests will be able to log in and check their status. So it's in the work, but at the present time, it's not available. So what we did is that we actually made it available from the call center. I know at this time it's very difficult to reach a call center for obvious reason, but call center will be able to give the tier status. Also on board, you are able to see your tier status, but all the information is not there in terms of your points. But on board, they'll be able to give you your tier status. Very easy. Call center as well. And what's coming is our online platform where the guests will be able to check their points and tier status.
Perfect. Okay, I'll ask. I think we got one more question, then we'll get to the big reveal, the good news you've been holding back for us. Question about table players. It sounds like this. Obviously, I would guess this came from a table player. Sounds like in the slot machine, those points that are earned are pretty much updated in real time. Table players, maybe they finish playing a blackjack session, they walk to a slot machine to check their points and may not show up. So maybe you could talk about how table players can check what their points are when they're on board.
Perfect. Well, without getting into a much technical aspect of our CRM system, so there is two different systems. One that's called Oasis that runs a slot system, and another one called Bravo that runs a table system. So as you know, sometimes in technology, like both of them doesn't talk to each other. But the great news is that the team is our casino ops team is working on a bridge that would get those two systems talking to each other. And in the near future, table will be able to see the points at the slot machine in the speed media, which is the low screen there. But at the time, correct, it's not available on the speed media, but they are able to talk to the pit supervisor that's in there, or go straight to the cage, and they'll let them know how many points that they earn.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Patrick. I think that covers pretty much all the questions we've received from the URComp family, the URComp team, and I really appreciate your candidness and not ducking any questions. You answered everything with candor and honesty, and I appreciate that. Now, I know you teased a little bit of good news that everyone would be excited about, so let's reveal away.
Yeah, so like actually, you know, like we've been working for the past 6 to 8 months on looking at the loyalty program, how we make it easier for our customers, not only URComped customers, but all our customers. So there's some change coming in very soon. I can't say much more about this because it's still in the approval process, but it looks like all our leadership team, superior leadership team, are all in agreement to make this happen. So it's going to be really, really, really fantastic. While other brands are cutting the loyalty program, I'm sure some of you guys already felt that from all the other brands. We're actually going to push it back up a little notch, and I'm really, really, truly excited. It's going to mean less friction when you come on board. Everything will be uploaded at the booking level, so there'll be no kind of running around for different perks and et cetera, et cetera. So I'm absolutely excited about this. I think it's long overdue, and you know, we here at Celebrity, and especially at Blue Chip Club, we think about the customer hat first, and that's one of the reasons why we wanted to make that change. Is like customer is everything to us, and thank you for your customers' question, feedback, and all that. So the more we receive, sometimes they might be good, sometimes they might be bad, but I'm good with the bad because that's the only way we get things better. So thank you so much, Craig, for having me. And if there's any other question from your member families and from URComp, always available. We could do this anytime you want, every month. I'm all good with that.
Well, we're definitely going to do it again. I mean, now that you've kind of gave us a little morsel, a little taste to whet our appetite about this good news coming about Blue Chip Club juicing up the loyalty program, we cannot wait to hear about this. So we hope to be able to break that news when it's ready. So we definitely want to do this again soon. So Patrick, again, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate you answering all these questions. And like I said, we will do this again soon.
Thank you, Craig.